Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome back to another video of English subject. As you know, we were doing a new lesson called The Legend of Marathon, and we saw earlier the story of the battle fought between the Persians and the Athenians near the city of Marathon. And with the help of the map, I tried to explain you the battle scenario that took place in Marathon. And then we saw the Persians were defeated, but instead of retreating and falling back, they decided to attack the city of Athens, taking the sea route. So the Athenian army once again sent Pheidippides with a message to be delivered to Athens before the Persians could reach the city of Athens. So far, so good. Now, moving ahead, turn to page number 67. That is the last page of your chapter, your lesson. So now again I'll read and then explain it to you. So I'll just start to read. So I would like you to please pay attention into your books or towards the screen. Even so, they were skilled archers. I'm sorry, this is... Okay, page number 67. Pheidippides had already completed a run of more than 200 kilometers just the day before. But he was a brave young man. He would do anything for his state. Also, this time he was to carry a happy message. It was not easy for Pheidippides to reach Athens sooner than the Persians did. That is why, this time, he left the usual safe route and chose another one that passed through cliffs and mountains but was much shorter. Just a second. Okay, alright. So, Pheidippides had already completed a run of more than 200 kilometers just the day before. Okay, if you remember that he went to Sparta to seek help and then came back to Athens, and then he joined with the army to fight the battle. So he already completed a run of 200 kilometers. And then he would do anything for his state. He had this love for his motherland. So he would do anything for his state. And also, this time he had to carry a happy message to the city of Athens that the Persians had been defeated at the Bay of Marathon. Now look at the second paragraph. It was not easy for Pheidippides to reach Athens sooner than the Persians did. That is why this time he left the usual safe route and chose another one that passed through cliffs and mountains but was much shorter. So what happened? It was not easy for Pheidippides to reach Athens sooner than the Persians did. So he had to choose a different route, a faster route, to reach Athens earlier than the Persians. Just look at the map. I'll explain you. Okay, see. Although you could see that the distance between Athens and Marathon directly on the land, this one, it appears to be shorter. But keep in mind, it is not ground level, it is not plain. It is not plain land. There are mountains, cliffs, creeks, different geographical landforms that makes even more difficult to cross this distance easily. And Pheidippides was on foot. Whereas the Persians, their route was clear. They just had to sail into the sea and move from Marathon to Athens. So he had to keep in mind that he needed to reach Athens faster and earlier than the Persians. So to overcome this problem, Pheidippides chose such a route which passed through cliffs and mountains but was much shorter. So look at the third paragraph now. Pheidippides scaled the first steep cliff and picked up speed. He had to run more than 40 kilometers. It was very hot He began to perspire. There were some shady olive trees on one side of the road. But Pheidippides couldn't wait, couldn't rest. He just ran on and on. His heart began to beat faster. He became weak with hunger and thirst, but he didn't stop. So what happened? He took a difficult route, which consisted of some cliffs and mountains, but it was shorter. So he scaled the first steep cliff. He climbed the first steep cliff. Steep means which is straight, which is very straight in some sense, close to vertical. And then he picked up speed. And the distance he had to cover was more than 40 kilometers. Also, it was very hot, and he began to perspire. He began to perspire means he began to sweat a lot. He was losing water from his body. He was dehydrating. There were some shady olive trees on one side of the road. Okay, so there were some shady olive trees on one side of the road. So he could have stopped and taken some rest over there. Okay, for some time. But that was not the option. He had to reach the city of Athens before the Persians could, before the Persians did. But Pheidippides couldn't wait, couldn't rest. He just ran on and on. His heart began to beat faster. He became weak with hunger and thirst, but he didn't stop. So just try to understand the condition of Pheidippides. He is losing water from his body. He is perspiring. He is sweating. He is hungry. He is weak with hunger and thirst, but he can't stop. Now, the next paragraph. At last, Pheidippides came within sight of the city gates of Athens. He was successful in his mission. He had reached before the Persians. The people of Athens threw upon the gates of Pheidippides. What happened? What happened, Pheidippides? Do you bring good news or? Yes, yes, joy to you. We won, we won. As soon as Pheidippides had delivered this message, he collapsed, never to rise again. He had laid down his life in the service of Athens. So what happened? Pheidippides finally reached the city gates of Athens. So he was successful in his mission, the mission with which he was assigned to reach the city of Athens before the Persians. He accomplished that. And then the people of Athens opened the gates joyfully for Pheidippides and asked him whether he is bringing good news or bad news. So Pheidippides replied, joy to you. We won, we won. But unfortunately, Pheidippides collapsed, never to rise again. What does this mean, never to rise again? And he collapsed. It means he died. As soon as he delivered the message, he died. He had laid down his life in the service of Athens. So he died for his country, his motherland, Athens. But delivered the message. The mission he was assigned to, he accomplished that. So the next paragraph of the story is, the story of Pheidippides has inspired the people of Greece for many centuries. His historic run from Marathon to Athens became a legend. Now what does legend mean? So the meaning of legend is a traditional tale, a myth, an inspiring story which goes on for generations. So that is what legend means. And there is one more meaning of legend, that is a very famous person, a very proficient person of something, well-known person belonging to some field. But we'll take the first one, that is a traditional story that goes on for generations, because that is what the paragraph is talking about. The story of Pheidippides has inspired the people of Greece for many centuries. So obviously it had to be the first meaning of legend, that is a traditional story. So his historic run from Marathon to Athens became a legend. So when the Olympic Games were started in Greece, the legendary event was commemorated in it. Today, marathons are arranged in many countries. When you see one, or when you are old enough to take part in one, remember the first marathon runner. Okay. So The lesson ends here. The story of Pheidippides has inspired the people of Greece for many centuries. His historic run from Marathon to Athens became a legend. And then, as I said in the starting of the lesson itself, that Olympic Games were started in Greece, and so was Marathon, a long run. So it was in the honor of Pheidippides that Marathon was started in Greece to pay tribute to Pheidippides. So it is saying that today, if you take part in a marathon or see one, so just remember that what is the story behind marathon, in whose honor marathons are run, who was the first person to run a marathon. His name was Pheidippides. Finally, we have completed this lesson, but just the explanation and reading part. So in the next class, we will discuss the notes, that is the questions and answers of this lesson. So just read this lesson two or three times on your own, and I hope you did the homework I gave you in the previous class. So for now, it will be enough. We'll meet in the next class soon. Assalamu alaikum.